this is for Marie 7, and this is so functionally part 36 of my series of Batman Return to Arkham City. I'm doing the Catwoman challenge maps, continuing where I left off from part 35 from last video. But what I really wanted to do in this video, since I am doing Catwoman challenge maps, I want to go ahead and talk about the Catwoman movie. I'm going to do this as I play the campaigns. So, it happened several days ago. I was bored. I wanted to watch a movie. So I looked on Netflix, and I saw the Catwoman movie was there in the list available for streaming, and I didn't even know they had Catwoman in Netflix available to stream. So I thought, oh my god, because the truth is that I actually haven't seen since that time a few days ago. I haven't actually seen that Catwoman movie since I was a kid. I haven't seen it for years. I saw the movie when it was first released on DVD. We got it. It was a big deal for us because me and my family is black, and this, is a big deal to have a black female star in a movie and all that stuff. So they published it in all the Jet magazines and in all that. So we got it, and I watched it. I don't know if I watched it in the theater, but I do know I watched it on DVD or video or whatever format we got it on, and I liked it, even though I couldn't really understand most of the movie because I was a kid. I couldn't really understand it, but I thought it was good. It wasn't my favorite movie, but I liked it. But now, just a few days ago, this was the first time I had watched the movie, both as an adult and also the first time I'd watched the movie in years. And I had actually forgotten most of it. And also, at the time I watched it, it was not because of this video series that I'm doing on Return to Arkham City. It wasn't. It has nothing to do with that. In fact, it wasn't until after the movie was over that I realized I was just about to do a video on Catwoman challenge maps, and then I could talk about the movie there and use that as an opportunity. So this video has absolutely nothing to do with me watching the movie, just so you know. It may be hard to believe, but that's the truth. So that's how it happened. So I watched the movie, and there's several things that I need to say. First of all, I absolutely loved it. I wanted to watch it because I knew I hadn't seen it in a long time, but I was also kind of afraid that it was gonna be boring. And so I wanted to watch it, but at the same time I kind of wanted to watch something that I knew would be interesting and exciting. I didn't think this was going to be an interesting movie, but I watched it and it was awesome. And there was a lot of things in there that made me think of Batman Arkham City. In fact, my suggestion is if you like Batman Arkham City, you're gonna like this movie. First of all, there's a lot of things, and there's even things that made me think of Batman v Superman, and movie, and how the bad reviews that Batman v Superman has gotten. And I actually believe that if Batman v Superman had actually done some of the things that were in Catwoman, that the Batman v Superman movie probably would have fared a little bit better. And so there's a few things. First of all, I want you to take a look at this outfit right here that Catwoman is wearing. As you can see, it has a whole bunch of straps, and it has some areas of the suit that reflect light differently than other areas of the suit, and so it creates this almost holographic type look. Because different areas of the suit are made of different material and stuff like that. Now, what you're seeing now is not how it was in the Xbox 360 version of Arkham City. The Xbox 360 version of Arkham City. I know I've complained about this many times, but uh, I can't complain about it too often. That was terrible. The Xbox 360 version of this outfit was terrible. It was, oh my god. In fact, it was so bad that I always avoided this outfit as much as I can. I always just used this one. This outfit, I always thought Catwoman looked a little bit, if you look at her rib area and stuff, I always thought she looked a little bit too muscular in this outfit. And her shoulders, if you look at that, the lines and stuff, I always thought she looked a little bit too muscular in this outfit, but I like this one. So if you remember my older videos of where I played the 360 version of this game, and if you remember, I always used this suit to play it, and the reason why I always use this one is because the default one was terrible. I mean, this one isn't really that. I mean, it isn't really that good either, and it's very basic and plain. But it's infinitely better than this one. Um, but in the HD version of Arkham City, in Return to Arkham City, I can actually play as this character skin with confidence because I know that it doesn't look like crap. But here's the thing: even though this outfit is infinitely better than the equivalent outfit in the 360 version of Arkham City, the outfit in the movie Catwoman is infinitely better than this. I would actually rather play the movie outfit of the movie skin of Catwoman in this game than any of these other skins. And which brings me to another point: is that all three of these these DLC characters don't have enough skins. Nightwing has 2 skins, Robin has 3, and Catwoman has 3, and that's not enough. Batman, on the other hand, has at least what, like 8 to 10 or so of these skins, 6, 8, 10, however, infinitely more, and it gets even worse when you go into Batman Arkham Origins. Batman has significantly more skins, and then you get to the DLC characters where they have 2. And it's, in Batman Arkham Origins, Batman has, I think, 10 to 12 different skins. And then Deathstroke has 2 skins. And that's it. And that's absolutely unacceptable. So, and there's a lot of skins. I mean, look at Robin and Nightwing. There's absolutely no reason why Nightwing only has 2 skins. Absolutely no reason. Because same thing with Robin, is that if you look at between the movies and the comic books and the TV shows, there's a whole bunch of different skins that they could create for this game, for these 3 characters, and Catwoman is no exception. I would have liked to play as to have the Catwoman skin from the movie available in this game. If no other reason for the fact that the DLC characters are just not done enough justice as far as selectable skins. There should be more options here, and there's no reason for there to be this few options for any of these 3 characters. So that's one issue that I have. Now, I'm going to start playing now because otherwise I'm never going to get through this. I have campaigns that I want. There's 2 campaigns I want to do in this video. This Combat Expert and this Combat Master. They consist of only combat maps and no Predator missions. So those are actually going to be very easy to finish. So since they're the easiest, I might as well just get them out of the way now. The Predator ones are going to be the most difficult. But anyway, so I really liked the Catwoman movie. It reminded me a lot of Spider-Man, actually. It stars a person before they get their powers. They're socially awkward, and they're not very popular, and they're kind of clumsy. And then all of a sudden they get their powers, and then they get a suit, and then they're able to do all these amazing acrobatic feats all over the city. Can I do all three of it? No, I can't. I can only do 3 at a time. Stronger, faster, and tougher. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's just do this one. So
You may want to
it reminded me a lot of Spider-Man, but also the Catwoman movie reminded me a lot of the game Batman Arkham City. And in fact, if you look at the Catwoman movie and look at some of the combat moves she does in the fight scenes, you'll see a lot of similarities. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they actually just ripped a whole bunch of moves from the movie and said, "Hey, that looks pretty cool. Let's put it in the game," because that's the way it looks for some of them. In fact, there's a scene in the movie, in the Catwoman movie. I'm actually kind of getting a little bit ahead of myself here, but in the movie, she does straight up combat, but she also does some stealth things where she has to sneak around. Which is very reminiscent of the video game, actually, because if you look at the way combat works in the games, there's 2 types of combat. There's the stealth, and then there's the straight-up combat. And in the straight-up combat, enemies, sometimes have guns, but it's not really required. But in the Predator ones, everyone has a gun, and then you have to sneak around, and you have to use the environment to your advantage. Well, guess what? That's exactly how it happens in the movie. There are scenes in the movie where Catwoman just does straight-up hand-to-hand melee combat, but there's also things in the movie where Catwoman has to go up against people with guns, and she has to use the environment to her advantage. And there's a scene in that movie where Catwoman is behind a weak wooden wall. I am not making this up. She's behind a weak wooden wall. And then an enemy on the other side of the wall comes wandering over. And she punches through the wall, okay? Grabs the person and pulls them through the wall on her side and slams them into the wall. Slams them into the hard wall on the other side and then knocks them out that way. And believe it or not, that is pretty much frame by frame an exact replica of one of the takedown moves in Arkham City. Like, an exact... Like, it's weird. It's the exact same move that happens in Arkham City, and it looks amazing. And it looks absolutely incredible in the movie. And like, oh my god, this looks just like the game. I feel sorry for people who watch the Catwoman movie who have never played the game, because there's a lot of things about the movie that it's just so reminiscent of the games. But if you can actually compare that scene in the Catwoman movie where she does the wall takedown, and compare that to a scene in Batman v Superman. There's a fight scene in which Batman does a move that appears in the Arkham games, the Bat Claw Slam. People who watch the movie who have never played the games are just gonna miss that reference. I feel so sorry for them. But for you guys out there watching this video, you'll instantly recognize as soon as you see it in the theater, in the movie. So there's a scene in Batman v Superman when Batman is fighting a bunch of enemies, melee. Some of the enemies have guns, but not all of them. And so the way it works is Batman shoots his bat claw at one of the enemies, and then he pulls the enemy toward him using the bat claw or slash grapple. The same. It's supposedly the same device that he uses to grapple onto buildings. So he shoots it, and the grapple pokes into the person, and then he pulls the enemy toward him using the grapple gun. And then once the enemy's there, Batman punches him or does whatever thing is in there. Does whatever he does to incapacitate. Now, that's a move that's basically copied from the Batman Arkham games called the Bat Claw Slam. You can, where Batman shoots his bat claw at somebody, pulls him toward him, and then Batman performs. Oh yeah, in the movie, yeah, Batman in the movie does the same thing where after he pulls the enemy toward him, he punches the enemy down to the ground, straight downward, and the enemy hits the ground. Now, Batman does this in the movie, Batman v Superman, but in the movie, it's terrible. It's, I was, I mean, I was happy that they acknowledged the video game in, you know, in a Batclaw Easter egg, I suppose. But at the same time, I was very disappointed of how they executed that move, because first of all, it was very obvious that the enemy that Batman was fighting in the movie was on a wire. Because people in real life don't actually fly through the air at that speed. Okay, it was, and in that, you know, the speed the guy was moving, the direction he was moving, it didn't actually look like the guy was being pulled by the Batclaw. It looked like the guy was being pulled on a set with a line attached to him. And it took me out of the whole movie experience, because it looked so fake. It didn't look like the guy was being yanked by the Batclaw. Because in the video games, when you yank somebody with the Batclaw, their body moves in such a direction that you can actually tell that the Batclaw is yanking this person. Okay? You can see the whiplash as the person is yanked through the air by the Batclaw. But none of that happens in the movie. And it was just so cringeworthy to watch that. It was obvious that they were trying to put a small Easter egg to pander to the video game people. But it was done in such a poor manner that I was just shaking my head at that. And they could have done such a better job. I mean, the budget for Batman v Superman was way larger than the budget in the Catwoman movie, and yet the scene in Catwoman is infinitely higher quality than the scene in Batman v Superman.
By so much ugly.
Infinitely higher. And it doesn't really make any sense. And now, a lot of things that Warner Brothers doesn't make sense. So it's not really too surprising when you look at the people who are behind this. It's Warner Brothers, okay? Warner Brothers is a terrible company just all around. So it's not surprising that they make a terrible product. But I mean, they could have at least pretended to care about this. It's obvious that they didn't even really care about how it looked or any of that, and they just went ahead with it. But and also another thing about Batman v Superman is I don't like the Batsuit. I understand what they're trying to do. I read the interview from the guy who said that he wanted Batman's Batsuit to not look like armor, because he wanted to show that Batman was doing this all on his own, in his own strength, and that armor would have made it look like that Batman isn't really doing it himself, or something like that. I couldn't really understand a whole lot of what the guy was talking about, but I got the general gist of it. And I completely understand, and I respect that that's how they wanted to portray Batman. Even though I don't actually agree with their entire portrayal of Batman in the movie. Much like, in fact, I don't actually know of any person, anywhere, who has said that they completely agree with how Batman was portrayed in the movie. So I think it's pretty obvious that nobody likes the way Batman was portrayed, but I don't like the Batsuit. I know it's not very common for people to complain about the Batsuit when there are much bigger issues in that movie to complain about.
You boys
but
don't stand a chance.
I think that was a step in the wrong direction to make the Batsuit just a piece of cloth with no armor. And part of the reason why is because they did that in in the previous Batman Arkham games. If you look at Batman Arkham Asylum, Batman Arkham City makes it look a little bit better. But if you look at Arkham Asylum, okay. Oh, come on, man. I thought I was going to be able to build up enough of a combat multiplier to get that armored enemy. I gotta get him now. Because not only is he armored, but he also has a gun. Batman Arkham is one of the main complaints I had with Batman Arkham Asylum and sort of by extension Arkham City, although Arkham City doesn't really suffer too much from this, is that Batman's batsuit in Arkham Asylum doesn't look like armor. It looks like pajamas with feet in them.
We are gonna hurt you.
And that's pretty much the only complaint I've had about Arkham Asylum, because Arkham Asylum is a really good game, aside from the fact that the combat is absolutely ridiculous because it makes you lose your combo for no reason whatsoever. I can forgive that because they realized their mistakes in the second game and they fixed all those problems in Arkham City. So, and also Arkham Asylum was pretty much the first game to have a combat system that worked as effectively and as beautifully as a free flow system that worked as well as that. I think Batman Arkham, the Arkham games are pretty much the best. And ever since Arkham Asylum was released, other games have tried to copy that combat system, and it's just miserable. I think the Arkham games are just the best iteration, the best iteration of the free flow system.
Mine, Catwoman.
So it was kind of a landmark game. So I even though I don't like how all the mistakes were made in Arkham Asylum, I can forgive them. What I can't forgive is the fact that Batman's batsuit doesn't look like armor. And I have no idea why they decided to go. I have absolutely no clue what's going on in their minds.
Shall kill you.
No! I was trying to hit that other guy, not the shield guy. I was trying to hit the lieutenant.
With one hand.
Do I have 3 stars yet?
Pass me, cat.
What the heck was that all about? What the... Did I actually try to do a...
Why won't you die?
Aerial attack against the lieutenant? I don't think I've ever attempted that before, actually. Oh, come on, man.
So strong. You're not so strong. I kill you.
Anyway, I was talking about how Batman v Superman failed, just like millions of other people have done. But and how, you know, I have no idea why the Catwoman movie got such bad ratings, honestly. Because the Catwoman movie is amazing, and if you're watching this video right now, chances are that you'll actually like the movie too. Oh, come on, man. What the heck? Why did I lose my combo that time? I didn't even do nothing. I was doing a stun against him. Oh my good lord. Anyway, it the movie, the Catwoman movie reminded me a lot of the game. Not just because of the moves that she did, but it reminded me of how terrible the costumes are in the game. They could have included a lot more skins. I would really love to play as Catwoman while wearing the skin from the movie. I would really love that. And I don't think that the Catwoman movie is the best movie ever, but I think it's really good, and I don't think it deserves the terrible reviews and people saying it was the worst movie ever and stuff like that. I think that's just way over the top. I do think
I'm lost, boys.
that
Can anyone help a girl?
pound for pound, I do believe that Catwoman is actually a better movie than Batman v Superman for several reasons. And one of them is the fact that one of the things I just talked about earlier. The things that Batman v Superman tried to do, a lot of those things the Catwoman movie actually did, and did them better.
Hey, Catwoman. We're go-
I can't remember what else I was going to say about that movie.
I'm not sure I feel comfortable surrounded by so
I can't believe
much
I'm still doing
ugly.
this campaign. Oh, this is ridiculous. It's just ridiculous how many challenge maps they expect you to do in order to get one tiny achievement. And the achievement isn't even really worth that many points. I don't think the achievement is worth the effort that it takes to actually to get it. If the achievement was worth a lot more points, that might be a different story. But as it stands, I don't think it's good enough. Oh, come on, man. I tried to throw a bowl at him, not throw the caltrops. That's fine. I'll get 3 stars easily on this map. So, that's one of the things I had to say. I would encourage you to go to Netflix and watch it. It's available for streaming. You don't have to order the DVD disc. You can just stream it on whatever device you like. I burped just now. Oh, come on, man. You know, they have that thing where a guy is about to attack you, and then for some reason he stops attacking. But you still push the counter button, and since he's no longer attacking you, then you fail. I don't like that. I should use the caltrops. Only it doesn't really seem to be affecting anybody. Okay, here we go. Alright, cool. I think I got 32,000 points right here. How many rounds has it been? Only 2 rounds! That's insanely easy. Insanely easy. There should be an option where if you get 3 stars in the map, then you should be able to just end it right there instead of having to play through the whole 2 rounds for nothing. It's simply because you have to play 4 rounds of this. If I get 3 stars in round 1, I should be able to have the option to just quit. So I can speed through these challenge maps a lot faster, because there's no reason why the challenge map needs to take this long. It doesn't, there's no reason for the challenge map to be this long. Usually I would care that I'm getting hit, but I'm actually trying to talk and think and play about and think about the movie at the same time. So I'm not actually concentrating. And furthermore, these maps are so ridiculously easy that I can get 3 stars without concentrating. Well, they're ridiculously easy for me at least, because I'm a master at this type of thing.
This thing's gonna make you crispy.
Oh, come on, man. That's not even fair. Okay. I would actually like to see... I know they're not going to get Halle Berry, even though that would be actually really cool. But I would like to see an actual Catwoman movie. That... An actual one. And I would like them to... Basically, I think they've already decided to do this, but just completely retcon the Catwoman from... From The Dark Knight Rises. I think that was kind of ridiculous. There's a lot of things about The Dark Knight Rises I don't really like, but I'm not really going to get into it here. But the point is that Catwoman from The Dark Knight Rises I don't think was good enough. She was okay. I'm not talking about the actor. I'm talking about the way they did the character. And also the outfit in that was just not. It was basically on par with the 360 version of Catwoman's default outfit, which is terrible. This one I can do. But if we're gonna do this no counter icons, then I'm gonna have to stop talking because we can do that one. No. What we do is that and Protect Avara. And then in the next game... No. We're gonna do this and no gadgets. And then in the next map we'll do Protective Aura and we'll do Scattered Weapons. No. Yes. No counter icons and no gadgets. Let's do this one as well. Okay, let's go.
You may want to just run and hide.
So I can do this with no counter icons, but I'm gonna actually have to pay attention. Oh, I forgot I have no gadgets. I was gonna do the whip to trip him up, and I completely forgot I had no gadgets. Okay.
Any of you have an itch
That was my
needs
fault for
scratching?
losing the combo because I forgot I was no gadgets. Oh, that was terrible. Awesome. Okay, cool. Do we really have reduced health? Doesn't really.
I'm lost,
I
boys.
can't tell.
Can
Oh well,
anyone help
I know
a
it's
girl?
reduced, but I can't tell whether it reduced the health. The health. Because you got two. Basically, you got two health bars. You got your armor bar and your health bar. The armor bar is the one that's been no, the health bar is the one that's been reduced. The armor bar is the same size. So I still have the same amount of armor. I bet I get 3 stars right here, just for all the variation bonus.
Oh, you wouldn't hit a girl.
How much
would you?
variation? 7? 11! Holy moly, that's a lot of variation. I didn't realize I had that many. I had no idea I had that much variation bonus.
This is gonna hurt. You're not getting out of here. here, Catwoman.
What is it? Oh, that guy's armored. I barely even saw him because it's so dark. I didn't see his armor. Ah, that's fine. I got 3 stars anyway, so no matter what happens, I win.
Arkham City is gonna.
The only way I could lose now is to die, which is not going to happen.
This is what you're.
I was trying to do a direct. What the heck is this, man? And that only happens with Catwoman. I do a directed aerial attack, or even a regular aerial attack, and then as I'm in the air, somebody gets me. You know, it's not. I'm really supposed to be invincible. I guess it kind of makes sense in real life if I was flipping through the air like that. But even then, okay, the momentum of flying through the air would not prevent. Shouldn't cause me to lose my combo. Okay, if we're gonna be real, if we really are gonna be realistic here, then you gotta be realistic all the way across the board because that's just ridiculous, man. I mean, the whole point of doing directed aerial attacks instead of regular aerial attacks is so that it makes it easier for you to not get hit. I love doing directed aerial attacks, and they look cool. I mean, they look. I mean, they're impressive show-offy moves. Okay, now we're gonna do scattered weapons and protective aura, and we'll do superpowered. Okay. Nah. Yeah. Wait a minute. What's the third one? I don't know what the third map is. Let's save superpowered because I think the third map has Titan monsters in it, and that's gonna be a little bit tricky. So I'll save that. I'll save that for later. No, I'll do it now. This has no. This Rooftop Rumble has lieutenants, but it doesn't have titans.
You may want to just run and hide.
There's only 2 maps that actually have titans. That's Survival of the Fittest and the Joker one.
This hurts you, freak. You going to meow for me?
Okay. Oh, come on, man. Okay, here we go. I was wanting to ground pound on that guy, but the other guy was invincible. But
I'm not sure I feel comfortable surrounded by so much ugly.
okay, it all worked out in the
I'm
end.
gonna cut off that mask, bitch.
Holy moly! Yeah, that is kind of cheating when they have 2 enemies at a time that are invincible. I guess it's because the system is kind of confused or something. It's just a glitch, but it breaks the rules. It's only supposed to be 1 enemy at a time, and now it's 2. What the heck is this, man? Why is... Oh! I had no idea there was still another enemy around. Did I do a super sun on him? Now it's the last enemy. I thought it was the last enemy, and I'm like, why is this guy still red? Why is he still invincible? He's the last enemy. He's the last enemy.
Seriously, you boys don't stand a chance.
You know, one other thing about how Warner Brothers is a terrible company, it's very telling that Warner Brothers makes an HD version of the game and doesn't bother to fix any of the bugs that were in the previous version. The bugs with it, I mean, all they had to do was retouch up most of the textures. I mean, this is not like the game was made in the 1980s on some sort of system that I've never even heard of before. And now they're making it available on Xbox Live, and all the assets have to be completely redone. It's like building a whole new game. That's not what's happening here.
We want to see what's under that pretty little costume.
It doesn't make any sense that the company couldn't even be bothered to fix the glitches from the 360 version. Couldn't even be bothered, and that's the same type of people that were in charge of Batman v Superman. It's Warner Brothers all along. Oh, come on, man.
We're gonna rip you apart.
I mean, this is the type of people they are. Warner Brothers. Bugs Bunny was good. I guess that's one good thing Warner Brothers has done. Bugs Bunny. Oh my good lord. Here, I should be able to end the match here. I should be able to end the match here.
Boys.
I already got 40,000 points. Congratulations. Click here to take your 3 medals and go. Press the Y button to get out of here.
I'll kill you.
Nope. They don't have that option. What the heck? Oh, I wasn't even paying. I looked away for a split
How
second.
can you beat me? You look so strong. You're not so strong. I kill you with one hand.
What the heck was that? I pressed the Y button to catch the box that the guy threw,
I'll make you
and
meow,
the
bitch.
box exploded in midair, and I didn't catch it, and I lost my combo. See, these are the types of things that Warner Brothers certainly has the time and money to fix, and they didn't fix it. Come on. Yay! Oh, no, not the one. I wanted to do an aerial attack against the guy here. I mean, that's absolutely ridiculous, man. 2 people activate at the same time. They had a long time to fix that bug before the HD version of the game was released. They didn't have to do this.
I'm gonna kill you.
Awesome. Okay, now that's the final one. Okay, good. So now, what other? Wait a minute. Did? Oh, dang it. I activated the positive modifier, but I don't think I utilized it. Did I? I think it's gone. No, it's right here. It's still here. Ah, I'm so glad to see that that's not the case. See, what I thought would happen, what happened is I activated this super powered modifier in the last round. I just forgot that I was superpowered, and so I wasn't punching through shields like I could have been. But that's not the case. Because that actually did happen to me one time. It's easy to forget which modifiers I have active. Throughout all these endless rounds of enemies.
Die tonight. You're gonna You're gonna die in Arkham City.
Arkham City.
I'm glad that whip doesn't actually take too much time to use. It doesn't leave you vulnerable for too long. Not like the bat claw. Alright, cool.
You may want to just run and hide.
That works. I think this is the last one. After this, the video is going to be over. It's completely ridiculous that they have this many challenge maps and they take this long. You know, it really wouldn't be too bad to have this many challenge maps if you had ability to shorten the maps and speed them along a little. Like the ability, like some sort of ability, perhaps, to bypass the other rounds. Since I already have 3 medals, then it wouldn't be so bad to have this mini challenge maps because at least you could skip through them pretty quickly if you're really good at it. Because when you're really good at combat like I am, and you have to do this for 4 rounds, it's really, really boring. Because I've already got 3 medals just on the 2nd round. There's no need to prove myself any more than I already have.
This won't take long. We'll be quick.
I'm not sure I feel comfortable
ridiculous.
surrounded by
Ridiculous,
so
I tell ya.
much ugly.
Ridiculous. Okay, let's go.
You're gonna be mine, Catwoman.
Aw, you can't continue. You can't continue beatdowns with
We're gonna have some
ninjas.
fun
There's a
with
lot of
you,
stuff you can't do with
Catwoman.
ninjas that doesn't make any real sense whatsoever.
My mama said it's bad to hurt a girl. For you, we make an exception.
See, I would have been hit by that guy's punch before I landed on the other guy. If I hadn't have done a directed aerial attack and I just did a normal attack, it wouldn't have worked. I have 3 medals now. At the end of this round, I should be able to stop. Oh, I'm getting hungry too. I didn't eat any breakfast today. I should eat breakfast though.
Seriously, you boys don't stand a chance.
I'll break your freaking skull, Catwoman!
Ooh, I wanted to do that against the other guy. Doesn't matter. I already got 3 stars. None of it matters. And see, that's what you don't want players to say in the game. Well, none of it matters anymore. Because I got 3 stars now. That's something you don't want your players to say if you're designing a game. I could have punched through armor the whole time. But I could have punched through armor the whole time. Let's do that then. That's absolutely... for the first two. And I can't believe I just talked about that type of phenomenon. Where you choose the superpowered modifier and then you forget that you're superpowered. So you spend all this time avoiding shields and everything when you could have just punched through them. Oh my good lord. That's terrible, I tell you. That's crazy, I tell you. Did I finish everything for, I finished all these campaigns, but that's because those campaigns were unlocked when I, as I was playing through the game. These 3 campaigns were the only ones available, and then as soon as I collected the last Riddler trophy, all of these campaigns just activated all simultaneously, so now I'm just overwhelmed. I just have way too many maps and campaigns to get through. And I still haven't even finished with the main story of the game. I haven't even started Story Plus yet. But we'll see how it goes. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Make sure you please click that icon in the corner, the upper right-hand corner of the screen to see my other Batman videos. Please talk. I want you to tell me down in the comments about if you've seen the Catwoman movie, about what you thought of it. What you thought of that, what you thought of Batman v Superman, and also, tell me what you thought of the scene in Batman v Superman where he does the Bat Claw Slam. I personally thought it was done very terribly, and I thought they could have done a lot better job on that, because it looked a little bit too fake, and it was cool to see, but it could have been cooler. It wasn't, I don't think it was bad, but it could have been better. I think it's bad when compared to other, you know, considering their budget and compared to other big budget movies who have done much better jobs. I think it was bad by comparison. But let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.